Hello, 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 and welcome to The Cup TV, part of the Cup Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm currently not drinking anything because I just finished my water that I had and I'm not thirsty. So it is what it is. But if you are somewhere hot or outside or, running about town, stay hydrated. Get you some waters or something to stay hydrated. Absolutely, because it's hot out there. But one thing that I never go without is my cup mug. Uh huh. Party for myself because the cup mug. Hey, party for myself because the cup mug. Hey. And you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch, period. I am here. I am back. I'm a little late, but I'm here nonetheless to talk about Love Island, episode 28 that aired on Friday. So if you haven't watched it, you should go watch it, then come back and check out my recap about it because why not? Or if you just want to hear what I have to say about it so you don't have to watch it, that's fine too. It's up to you. I'm not your mother. I can't tell you what to do. But but do you, boo. But I am glad you're here. I appreciate you tuning in to hear my little thoughts about this episode. I'll try not to take up too much of your time today because it's really not a whole lot to talk about. But before I jump right into it, I'm going to get the business part out of the way. Hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you won't miss a single episode of content that we put out about Love Island. If you are into that, we are also going to talk about the finale of The Mole coming up soon. And Big Brother is starting next week. So we're going to jump right into that. And some other shows happening that we're going to start talking about as well. So we got content after content after content coming your way, and you don't want to miss it. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single video, as well as going to join all of our other channels. We have a link tree down in our description below with all of our YouTube links for all of our channels. You can go click over there and subscribe to all of our channels, and we would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to listen to us on the go, the links to our audio podcast channels are down there as well, and as well as our Patreon, so you can get early access from video content from all four channels and exclusive content for all four channels across the network. So join our Patreon, check it out, and yeah, we got stuff coming right at you. Um, check it out. But now let's get into it. Let's get into episode 28. The recoupling has happened, and yeah, things have changed, or I'll say things have changed, or went back to the way they were, or how they were supposed to be in the first place, if you ask me personally. But here are the couples after the recoupling. We had Nicole and Kendall. We had Janae and Kenny. We had Serena and Cordell. We had Sierra and Kane. We had Kayla and Aaron, Leah and Miguel, and Rob and Daniela. So those were the new couples after the recoupling. But then, of course, we know Harrison has come into the villa and he is now on the clock, so to speak. He is told he has 24 hours to get to know the girls so he could eventually pick one of them, steal one of them. Everybody knew that was coming because who else would he steal? There, he was going to steal a girl that was already in the couple. So he went on about his way, and everybody was freaking out a little bit, like the girls and the guys. The guys all some more than others. Aaron was freaking out. Was like, "Oh my god, if this guy goes for Kayla, I should just walk out of here. He's Thor. He's like, he's he's so sexy. Like, oh my god." Like Miguel had to remind him, like, "Bro, you're in a couple. Stop fangirling about this boy." But Harrison, I mean, good looking, good looking man. I know people are saying he's not, but I'm like, yeah, we can't really say that because he is actually a really good looking man. But um, it is what it is. So we get the guys introducing themselves, the girls introducing themselves, and then the girls take him for a chat around the fire pit so he can get to know everybody. And it was a lot of um oohing and eyeing over him. It's just like, oh my gosh, he's so hot. He's so hot. This and the other. Leah said her mom would love him. um uh, it was just a lot of small chitter chatter going on with the girls to him, and he was eating it up. And so then he started pulling people for individual chats. He pulled Sierra, and they talked for a little bit, and he was just like, "Wow, you're very pretty." And she's like, "Thanks." And they had little, good conversations, very surface, very just to get to know you kind of conversations. It was cute. He then later pulled Nicole, which had Kendall shaking in his shoes. He was like, "Oh my god, not again. Somebody else coming to take Nicole." Like, this is what happens when you're with somebody like Nicole who's so hot. Like, more guys gonna be interested in her. And it's like, if you can't handle it, then mm, sucks for you. Sucks to suck, honestly. But she basically tells him that she's sort of kind of closed off. She's like, "I'm closed off." Even though her eyes and the way she was leaning into him, to me, didn't say she was all the way closed off. But, she's just flirty. And it's okay to flirt. And he was flirty, naturally flirty. And so they were just flirty. And she was like, "I'm not close to meeting new people, but as far as romantic feelings and things like that, I can't like get my mind off of Kindle." And me personally, now this is just me personally, this is not facts. This is my opinion. I feel like she might be a little regretting closing off as soon as she did, like before the doppelganger of Chris Hemsworth walked in there. So she's kind of like, "Oh, yeah, closed off." I am. I have to remember that because oh my god. Um, we get a conversation with the girls at while they were watching Harrison and the guys play table tennis, and the the level of thirst was leveling. Let me just say, like, it's one thing to compliment how good looking somebody is, but then there's the Leah level of thirst. So she's like, "Oh my god, he's so hot. I wonder if he had abs." Oh yes, he definitely have abs. And then there's Nicole level there's like, "I bet he could just grab you and pick you up and throw you around." Like, oh, I bet. And then there's the Daniela amount of thirst. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm wet just watching him." I'm just like, girl, some decorum. Calm down. Relax. Like, oh my God. It's, I was like, my Lord. Okay, cool. But if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But decorum, girl. That's the word of the day. Decorum. Oh my God. But it was wild, but they were hoping he would take his shirt off so they could see if he does have abs, which he did eventually take his shirt off because it's hot apparently. And he's playing table tennis in a suit and his shirt is hot, so he took it off. And the girls was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just like, oh my God." And so that happened. everybody was getting ready for bed and everybody was excited to be back with the people who they wanted to be with. Um, so everybody was excited about getting into bed with each other. And yeah, everybody was excited. A lot excited. A whole lot excited. Like everybody was I think that was the most movement we've seen in the Casa bedroom from all the couples at one time ever. Like everybody was getting a cuddle on, they freak on, and some more than others. Like some was just like, we'll do a little cuddle, cuddle, a little kiss, 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 and then we're going to sleep. Others was kind of like, we go get our cuddle on, we go get our kiss on, we go get our freak on to the very early morning. And which made Kane decide to go and sleep outside in the middle of the night. He was like, absolutely not. Go sit here and listen to them moaning all night. And it was Miguel and Leah, by the way. They were up and they were in it. They were going in him for 3 hours. And I don't blame Kane for walking out because I would have did the same thing. I would have been like, okay, y'all, look, no, not sitting here doing that. Um, but the next morning, Um, people were making breakfast. We saw the cute moment with Cordell bringing Serena breakfast, and he had the plate and holding it. Had a plate and had hold it with a pair of tongs. So and he's sneaking in like, "Is it safe? Can I?" And it was such a cute moment. She was like, "You're so dramatic." It was such a cute moment, but he brought her breakfast and she appreciated it this time. She didn't throw it at him. And yeah. Um, Kendall decided to have a special moment with Nicole and Soul Ties. He made her breakfast and Kenny came to serve it to them because of some milestone about I guess some fourth recoupling or whatever. It's very interesting. This man wants to start celebrating milestones of their relationship when the new guy shows up. And I'm just like, okay, all right. We see you, Cordell. I mean, Kendall, it's fine. Um, we see a really my favorite moment of the show. My favorite moment. Well, it wasn't right then. I'm going out of order. Let me go in order and I get to it. We hear Harrison gets a text and he's going out on 3 dates. Um, and he gets to pick who he wants to take. And so the first date he picked is Sierra. And so she's excited. She's going on a date. She gets to leave the villa. She's excited about it. Kane is very annoyed by it. It's like, if she says anything other than I'm having a great time with Kane, I'm gonna be very annoyed if the conversation doesn't go that way. And we're like, okay, whatever, Kane. You literally just met her 2 days ago and coupled up with her last night. Not even 24 hours. Relax. Honestly, relax. Um, but she goes and gets ready for the date, heads out to the date, meets him by the port, and they're not getting on the boat. They're just going to have a little picnic by the water, and it was nice. They had regularly good conversation, first date conversations, where they're talking about, likes, dislikes. What do you do? What do you like? Da da da. What's the hobby of yours? What's your favorite thing? She kind of shaded him about having well, not shaded him, but shaded Kane when she told him he had really pretty teeth. Are they natural? And he was like, yes. And whoop. Um, but they ended up sharing a little kiss. He kind of was real smooth about it. Something I was like, okay. He kind of was like, I'm not gonna make you any promises, but I will say that I will find you tonight. And she was like, oh, well, okay. Okay, I appreciate that. He said, I will find you tonight. And so they kissed a little and it was cute. It was a cute little date. Um, then they Um, he sends a text to Nicole, and Nicole is like, "Oh." She reassures Kendall before she goes to change. She was like, "You don't have anything to worry about. Everything is great. I'm happy with you, blah, blah, blah." And so she goes to change. Now, I don't know if any of you all peeped this, but the dress that Nicole wore for her date is the same dress that Liv wore the night her and Leah first got into that argument, that Rob kinda closed it off with Leah and was like, well, shut it down with Leah for good after Andrea left. That was the same dress that Liv wore for, um, that date. So, they both were shopping in Kayla's closet for that dress moment. So, I was like, "Oh, this dress looks familiar." But then I remembered, I went back and looked, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Liv wore it for that night after Andrea left, and they got into that argument with, after Rob pulled Leah and Leah pulled Liv, and then I was like, "Oh, so you know Nicole, Liv? Okay, cute." So, I don't know if anybody noticed that, just a little tidbit that I noticed, I picked up. Um, but Nicole comes out looking great, and Aaron is like, "Oh," not Aaron, Kendall is like, "Oh my gosh, she looks so good, she's good." So, she kisses him goodbye and goes on her date. They have a good conversation. She's very flirty still. Like, Nicole is like, "I'm closed off, but, you know, if you pick me, what can I do? It's it is what it is." But, they have a good little flirty moment, good time back and forth. They, connect about both being bombshells, so she understands what he's trying to do and what he has to do. And he's like, "Yeah, because you did that." So she was like, "Yeah, I understand. You gonna have to ruffle some feathers, and it's okay. I get it." And so that was that. And then his last date was with Daniela, and, she was excited. Rob was like, "Oh," I mean, I understood. I figured it was gonna happen, and so she went on her date, and they had a pretty decent date as well. Nothing spectacular about any of the dates to me that really stood out, but they were nice dates, good flirty dates, back and forth. I think Daniela really wanted to make Rob a little jealous, but Rob is Rob, and he's just like, "You have a good time. I'll see you when you get back." It's what it is. He if he is jealous, he's not showing it. Um, so that was that. In the meantime, we do get the the cutest moment for me was the Serena doing Cordell's hair. We have been asking for it, and I think producers finally listened, because honestly, they really need to listen, because that's a very important part of intimacy and, you know, comfortability and showing interest in your partner in our community when we trust you enough to do your hair. Because like our hair is very important. And so seeing that play out on TV was beautiful. Black love is beautiful. I love it. But all love is beautiful, yes, I know, but black love is beautiful. And this was so very black. This moment. We got people talking about shrinkage, hair shrinkage, like that's a thing. That is a thing. And she was, combing out and parting and gelling and greasing scalps. And she was very happy. She was like, "I did my man's hair, and everything just seems like it's back to normal. Everything is good between us." He w They were talking, and he was like, you make me feel like myself when I'm with you, and I really love that." And she was like, "Oh, they're so cute." And then they were kissing, and, she had borrowed a swimsuit from Kaylor, and he had noticed it when he brought her breakfast. He was like, "I've never seen that before." And she was like, "Yeah, I got that from Kaylor." He was like, "Okay. Eh, mm, mm." And so he is openly flirting with her, and she's openly accepting it, and not like, "Stop." Like, Nothing like that, nothing embarrassing between them, nothing. It's just so open and the relationship is blossoming and blooming into something so beautiful, and I love them. I love them so much. I love them so much. Um, and so they were, smooching it down in the bathroom, and he kinda was like he pulled her, the cover up part down. He was like, "Mm-mm, got too much ass for that." And she was like, "I know, right?" And he right it's just like just a moment. It was so cute. It was just like, ugh, it's cute black love, it's young black love. It's so cute. I love them so much. I I want them to win. I want them to win or I want Kenny and Janae to win. I don't care between the 2. I just want them both all to win and be happy and stay together. Like, I know I'm falling for it. I might be delulu and crazy and actually think that these couples on these shows will actually stay together, and I do. I think they do, and I think they will, and I'm very happy. I hope they do. I really hope they do. I really hope they do. Imma live in Delulu land for as long as I want, and you can't tell me otherwise. I don't care. Um, we see Kenny finally gets his massage that Janae has been promising him, and he is loving it. He's just like, oh my god, oh, so good. And that was when Daniela got her text, but I know I went off. But that was cute moment of Janae and Kenny. We didn't get a whole lot from them this episode, which annoyed me because honestly, I don't need all this episode about Harrison and Sierra and Daniela and Nicole and Kendall and Kane. I don't need it. I don't need it. Oh, I didn't talk about Kayla waking up in the morning and the first thing she do, she wake up, oh my god. Like, I want to be an episode of Kayla didn't cry. I miss Liv. Like, girl, shut up. We can't take you crying anymore. We can't. We can't take you crying anymore. Like, no more. You're exhausting. Oh my god. Um, so Harrison and Daniela come back from their dates. Well, first Sierra comes back from her date, and even before she goes to talk to the girl, she goes and talks to Kane, and he's on this weird vibe, like, did he lay it on thick? She's like, I mean, yeah. He's like, how did you respond? She was like, I told him thank you. And he was like, "Well, if you plan on having another conversation with him, another chat with him, then I'm not going to compete for any guy, so with anybody about anybody. So if you have another chat with him, just know we're done." And she was like, "Wait, hold on. For clarity, you are going to say if I even have a chat with him, we're over. We're done." And he was like, "Yeah, basically." She's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah." I'm utterly confused. I'm utterly confused because I'm like, "My guy, who are you to talk to anybody like that when you just got here yourself? Like, you just got here and you just coupled up with her yesterday. It's not even been 24 hours yet, and you're acting like a possessive crazy person? Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can go." I mean, yeah. And Sierra was very confused about it. Like she told the girls, like, I don't know about this Kane person. Like, I need a man who's obsessed with me, who's like, I'm obsessed with you. And I don't feel like he is gonna be that. And then he's talking about I can't even have another chat with somebody or I'm single. And Era was like, ew. Like what? She's like, I know, like so weird. But mm-mm, mm-mm. It was giving too much. It was giving too much for me, and, like, no, no, thank you. Mm-mm, not interested. So he that's it for them. Harrison and Daniela come back. Nicole talks about her date, and it was nice that they didn't kiss. Sierra says she did get a kiss. Daily comes back, says she didn't get a kiss. So everybody's kind of like, oh, okay, all right. Um, they had more little conversations. They get ready for the night. Everybody's getting ready for the night. It's cute. People get haircuts. Everybody get their hair done. It's a rejuvenating day. Like everybody's getting refreshed. Everybody's gonna get redone. The guys grill um Harrison about who he picked, or like, is he liking anybody? He was like, I mean, I like you'll know who I like. And he was like, they were like, did you kiss? He was like, oh, I don't kiss and tell, bro. I'm a gentleman. I don't kiss and tell. And they were like, ah. So he's literally keeping his cards close to his chest. He's not telling anybody who he likes. He's not telling anybody who he thinks he's leaning towards. Nothing. He goes for a swim and comes out looking like Thor and just water dripping, and all the girls are, well, not all, but some. Those who are, and they're like, oh, the way he wiping his body off is crazy because he was just going in and like toweling himself off. He took a dip in the pool. He toweling himself off. It is what it is. Um, so that night, everybody's stressed. Everybody's coming down. We get the night, and everybody's talking and having a good time. And then all of a sudden, the phone chimes, and Harrison gets a text until everybody go over to the fire pit, or Nicole gets a text and everybody goes to the fire pit. And everybody goes to the fire pit and sit down. Harrison gets a text telling him to stand up in front of everybody. And then he gets another text telling him that he has to steal somebody's girl. And so now everybody's like nervous, except those who aren't. Those who aren't nervous at all is Miguel, Cordell, and Kenny and Aaron. They're not nervous at all because he didn't even talk to those girls. The ones who are nervous are Kendall, Kane, and Rob, because he did take those three out on a date. So those obviously are the people who he is interested in. And he goes through his speech, very good speech, saying he wants somebody who's bubbly and exciting and he's you know, comfortable with, and blah blah blah. And they go through the whole thing, the whole shebang, and he ends up picking Sierra. And so Sierra is picked. The second she's picked, Kane is up, standing in front of the fire pit, and he gets the text that he is dumped, and he has 5 minutes to pack his grip and tip. I said, 5 minutes? When has Love Island ever gave anybody 5 minutes? Never in the since I watched have I ever seen somebody get 5 minutes to get their grip and go. Like they were like, get out of here. So obviously what we found out afterwards, apparently Kane has done some things in the villa that he shouldn't have done. He didn't listen to producers. He's broken some rules and they wanted him gone. And so Harrison picking Sierra was part of the plan. And honestly, it's fine because I feel like they actually look good together. So I'm not mad with it. But no, Kane was like, I know everybody's sad, but you don't have to be. I'm fine. Everybody's just gotta go. Nobody was sad to see Kane go. Nobody was sad. It was like, oh, Kane, oh, bro. He went and packed his stuff. They were helping him because he had 5 minutes and he was gone. And honestly, good riddance. Nobody cared. Nobody cared enough to care. And he's gone. It is what it is. Nobody cared. That's very, I know, sad to say, but it is what it is. We did not care. Um, and he has been ever since on these TikTok live and answering questions. It's just going on and on and on. He did a whole live about the producers and the couples. He don't think anybody's staying together. He don't think anybody has a chance. All these people are fake. Blah blah blah. He just went on and on and on about this. It was. I don't. But he kept saying, "I don't care," but I don't care. I came here for the free vacation. I don't really care. But you really sound bitter, so baby, I think you care a little bit. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but if I didn't care about something, I'm not gonna go on live and talk about it forever and ever and ever. And he spent hours and hours and hours talking about it. So I'm like, you sure you don't care? I don't think you care. I think you care. But that's neither here nor there. He's gone. Bye. Sierra's with Harrison now. Great. We'll see what happens when Cassie comes in the villa, the last bombshell of the season, I'm guessing, comes in, and we'll see what happens with that. But there's no show tonight. It's After Sun. So if you want to watch After Sun, have a go at it. See Liv, Dea, Catherine, and Kane on After Sun. And that's what's happening. And we'll have our next episode on Sunday. So I'm excited to see what is going to happen. But that is that. I don't have anything else that I need to talk about. Um, I think we got it all in there. But join us on Monday as we talk about the Sunday episode. I'm definitely going to have it out earlier than this one this time, but we will be back to talk all things Love Island like we do. And subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. You're here. We appreciate you watching, but subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode that we drop. Also, subscribe to our other channels. We appreciate that. You could go find our audio podcast links in our description below, as well as our Patreon, so you can get early access to shows and uh, exclusive content across all four channels as well. You can also follow us on our social media outlets on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at The Cup Pod. And you can also keep scrolling down a bit to get your cup merch. Get your merch. It's very good, and I appreciate you. So that's it for me. We're gonna head out of here, and we will see you all on Monday. Cheers. Do, 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 do. I still love Cordell and Serena and Janae and Kenny. Those are my votes for the win, personally.